Single mothers caused Tyree's deletion. Roll a clip.
This is a story about young black men and their inability to treat each other in a humane way. Everybody involved in this on the street level was either 24 to 32 years old. Everybody. It was a group of young black men, 5-on-1. Looked like gang violence to me. It looked like what young black men do when they're supervised by a single black woman. And that's what they got going on in the Memphis Police Department. They've elected or put some black woman in charge of the police for it. And we're getting the same kind of chaos and disunity and violence that we see in a lot of these cities that are run by single mothers.
But every race commits violent crimes, and this has been going along way before a black woman was elected chief. But go ahead and blame a woman for a man's actions.
If we want to discuss the breakdown of family that leads to disrespect for authority, that causes you to resist the police and run from the police and not comply with the police because you resist authority at all time, because there was no male authority in your home, let's have that discussion.
Why is he talking about single motherhood and these are 5 black police officers?
Oh, pick me. I know. It's because Jason Whitlock is a dumbass.
Well, it's important to go to the source. No matter what happens in the world, you got to find out why it's happening.
I agree. Global warming is because of single mothers. The war in Ukraine, those goddamn single mothers. All of you people that haven't subscribed to my channels, it's because y'all all got single mothers.
That's terrible.
That last one might be true.
You can look at the police training, which is a source of their actions and their way of thinking. But we got to go deeper to the actual mentality of these black men. And it's always going to stem back to single motherhood.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
This has got to be the dumbest shit I've heard in 2023. And we still in January. When those white cops beat Rodney King, was it due to single motherhood? No, it was police problems. When cops choked out Eric Gardner, was it due to single motherhood? No, it was a police problem. When those black cops jumped and deleted Tyree, was it due to single motherhood? Yes?
Shut your stupid ass up.
Because I know a lot of you ladies are like, wait, what? Well, it's true. Whether it's gang members, whether it's bank robbers, whether it's car thieves, or whether it's corrupt black men on a police force, it all goes back to the same thing. Who gave these people this mentality? The worst parent a young boy can ever have in life is a single mother. And I know the majority of you are single mothers, but the sad reality, and this is an actual statistic, 70% of your sons will end up either in prison or end up being a criminal and somehow avoiding going to prison.
That's wrong.
But the bottom line is, it is a factual statistic that single mothers create criminals.
85% of children and teens with behavioral disorder come from fatherless homes. If a man and a wife raise a child, they're less likely to end up in jail, but they have the same chances as children raised by just their father. Husband and wife raise their kid. The chance of this kid going to jail is the same as just the father raising his kids. The problem is the single mother without a father in the picture.
And some of those criminals are actually police officers. If you want to fix the violence in our communities, no matter what city we're in, end single motherhood, and the violence will literally stop.
Now, I've cited those stats before because fathers are important. And because you agreed with something so dumb, Mr. Let Go, I have to argue against one of my own damn points. See, the thing about stats is when you say 70% of criminals are raised by single moms, it sounds bad because it is. But the fact is, only 1% of females will ever go to jail or prison in the US, but 9% of men will go to jail or prison. That's damn near 1 out of 10 men, but single mothers raise both men and women. So one could argue that people going to prison is more of a male problem than a single mother issue. Now, on the flip side, one can also argue that women can't raise men by themselves, but they could also argue that men are just more criminal. One can also argue that about 3% of this country has served time, and you know how they feel about women bringing up the exceptions to the rules.
Exception does not make the rule.
And I'd say 3% is an exception. This shooting was a police issue. This country has a lot of problems, but when we're talking about the police problems, the biggest factor are poverty and obviously policing. Now, this government swears we don't have the money to fix poverty. We can't fund programs for trade schools and free education. We can't change the dynamics of social programs and provide financial incentives for couples to stay together in the interest of the child. Nah, we can't afford that. But when this pandemic hit, we found that money. We printed the hell out of some money, and now my eggs cost $8.
I'm broke, man, I'm broke!
And then the policing problem. If we could reduce poverty, there would be less crime. Less crime means less needs for police. Less police means getting rid of the bad ones, and that's getting easier due to body cameras and everyone having camera phones. Police are now starting to be held accountable. I personally believe change is slow, but it's coming. And people like Jason Whitlock, who always shift the blame to someone or something else, aren't helping. Stop making excuses for police. Hell, even police are holding police accountable. Roll a clip.
Anything they did after the handcuffs, they cannot, absolutely not justify. First of all, he was in handcuffs when they started beating him with the baton. He was in handcuffs when Big Boy came by and started kicking him in his stomach. He was already detained. Then you picked him up, and then you try to box him with his hands behind his back. That's why they got charged with aggravated kidnapping. They kept him, restrained him, and assaulted him. No, there's no justification. Death penalty. The death penalty is what they need to go for. 100%. I'll walk in a courtroom. I would debate any officer, anybody who believes that they don't deserve the death penalty. Absolutely, 100%. And you charge them with gangs, and you charge them with RICO, and then you send their ass to the chair, period.
But anyways, that's all I got for y'all. Hit the like, comment, share, subscribe, and I'm out.